Hi guys, welcome back. I'm actually in Mazatlan again. I didn't get to record a video from Sayulita or Guadalajara. It was a busy week and a half, but anyways, I'm gonna try to catch you up on everything because it was a lot of days that went by. But before that, let me show you the views. So I'm on the other side of Brujas basically right now. This is the very end of Cerritos, which is Nuevo Mazatlan. So basically the northern part of the city, but I do have some new views from you over here. So check it out. This is really low tide. So I think I'm gonna try to take you guys up there. That's like on the other side of that little mountain is Brujas. And I actually haven't walked up that hill. So I think it's doable. I'll try to get you guys over there on that side so you can check out the beach. But check out the views over here. So I haven't walked all the way down here myself. So this is a little bit new for me too. You can see down that way. Honestly, I don't even think I've been all the way down there where you see those buildings. But just going a little bit farther north in Mazatlan. And then this is the other Pata Salada, that restaurant I've told you about. I came here like one of my first days when I was visiting, or not visiting, when I got here. So this is the very end of this area in Mazatlan. And anyways, there's the view. So let me try to catch you guys up while trying not to fall. Okay, so I actually didn't end up going surfing that last day I had mentioned. I don't think there were many waves, and anyways, didn't happen. So you guys didn't miss out on anything between the last time and me leaving to go to Sayulita. But I headed out on Wednesday. Got in, ended up taking freaking forever, way longer than expected. But anyways, eventually made it to Sayulita later than planned, and then was visiting my friend there, Chris. So after getting in later, just kind of walked around the town a bit and then grabbed a bite. There's this truck there that basically the guy like makes pizza in the back of his truck. It's really good. Apparently the best one in Sayulita because he's tried them all there before. So we had that and then went to this other little bar near where we're staying, and just had some drinks there with the pizza afterwards. So it was a chill first night when I got in, and then Thursday was his birthday, so it kind of worked out with the timing and everything. Anyways, so I was able to go there to visit, hang out for his birthday. So we spent the day in San Pancho, which is another little beach town I had been to before. Just close to Sayulita, but walked around the town a little bit, walked like all the way down to one end of the beach, and basically hung out like at the beach all day for the most part. And later on went out to eat at this restaurant called the Embers, which is really good. Had this risotto made out of beets, and then also a pancetta, which is not at all what I know as pancetta, but it was basically this pork dish that was really delicious. So anyways, went there for dinner. See how the views are looking here. I'll give you guys a little shot. Okay, that was actually helpful. I think I'm going to change direction slightly. Go this way. All right, so went there and then kind of went out like to the bars afterwards. Sayulita's a small town, so it's not like there's like tons of options, but basically there's this one bar in the corner called Yambak. Went there, and then this other place briefly, which looks like it got going more later at night. It has all this like black light, cool decorations and posters and stuff like that that you used to have in your room, or I did at least. So kind of hopped around anyways, and that was Thursday. And then just trying to be careful here. All right, as I'm hiking up this hill. So that was Thursday. Then Friday was mostly a chill day, and went out later and surfed for the first time there, like that trip, and then just surfed out in front, and it was actually later in the day. So it was a sunset surf session. Waves were nothing spectacular. All right, getting good views for you guys here. So this is working out well as I'm exploring myself. So I'll show you as I'm walking what I'm seeing. So yeah, Friday surfed later. Nothing spectacular there, but still just nice getting out. And later went out to eat at this restaurant called Funky Peru, so Peruvian food, which was good. And kind of bar hopped a little bit more. So went to this place that kind of just stumbled upon, but I saw like just this doorway more or less with stairs, and it looked like there was something up there, so I was like, let's go check it out. So apparently there was a bar up there called La Escuela, so it's school, and it just has like a, I don't know, kind of like a alternative kind of grunge style feel to it. Checked out that bar for a bit. Later went to this other kind of like beach club style bar on the beach, and then made our way back to Yambak, which seems like it's like the main bar I feel like that has the most going on. So it was Friday, and then basically it was funny because we're like celebrating his birthday almost everywhere we went. So got another birthday dessert there when we went out to eat. Then Saturday, got to surf La Bahia again, where I had gone the previous time that I really liked. So again, we got like a boat to take us out there. That's the way you have to get out there. And it was small, so like there wasn't a lot of swell. Definitely totally different from my last visit there as far as the waves go. Died down a lot, but again, still like just fun getting out there. And then, all right, so that is Saturday, yeah. After that, we got ceviche at this place, like on the road. That was actually really good. He had been there before, so of course knows the spots to go. And then later on, all right, back on track. So later on, check out the cactuses here. More views. Went back to the Embers, that restaurant, because we had spoken to the people that work there and the owner or manager, and he had mentioned this like, oh, next time you have to try the pizza burrata. Anyways, we went back to try that, which was really good. It's basically this fried pizza with marinara and burrata, the cheese. So that was really good. And then also they had told us about, and we got this steak sandwich with chimichurri, which I always love. So, and they had told us that there was going to be live music, this band playing. So also that was like part of it too. Which another thing that was funny is when I was in Sayulita years ago, I remember one of my friends on that trip finding out about some band that was going to be playing at a bar she was interested in. We never ended up seeing them. Anyways, it ended up being that same band that was playing that night. So And then they have kind of this little upstairs area they had basically turned into like, they made it an event. So there was someone selling like vintage clothing up there, and someone on the other side was doing like flash tattoos, cheap ones and stuff. But it was cool because after we ate, we went up there and basically you could look down on the restaurant and get a good view of the band. And like later it filled up and people were down there and checking everything out, dancing. I was pretty exhausted, so it was nice to kind of plop on this kind of couch area they had, but still get a good view of the band looking down below. So that was Saturday. And then Sunday, we were heading, more views, heading to Guadalajara. So had some breakfast at this place called Chaman, which was really good, before heading out. And then, dang, this might be as far as I can get you guys, at least on this side. We'll see. And then made our way to Guadalajara. And, ooh, check out this bird. It's huge. I don't think you can tell so much from the video, but it's giant. Crow or something. That thing's huge. Okay. So once we got into Guadalajara, so it worked out really well. His daughter lives there, and she's a dancer and goes to this dance academy and everything there. And she was going to be performing basically at this place, and we didn't know exactly what it was going to be like, but it was really cool. It was this small little place that you wouldn't even know it existed if you didn't weren't in the loop. But most of what they had going on was they had these dance battles, which was really cool to see. It's like, I don't know, stuff you see in the movies or something, or like with Eminem doing the rap battles, but this was dance and more like break dancing. And so one person would dance and then the other one like dances, but they're kind of like, it's a battle, they're going against each other, and then people will be like cheering them on at different points, and then they have some judges and they'll kind of like afterwards point to the one that basically won that battle, and then they keep advancing. So it was actually really long. We had no idea how long the whole thing was going to be, but it went for a really long time, until they were like eliminating people basically. And then later they did these other performances. So she did, one of the performances was really good, more contemporary, I guess, is the style. But anyways, it was just really cool to see like all the different dances, and they're all really talented, and that was something different. Like, I never know about this stuff going on, but I do really enjoy it. So it was Sunday evening. We spent a long time there, and then later just went out and grabbed some wings. And then on Monday, explored Guadalajara more during the day. So went into the center of town, explored that area. So it's kind of the main plazas, you know, there's a cathedral always, and just different like cool sights to see. With, they have like this one area, it's kind of like a long pool, and of course there's in the main plaza, well, they also have the Christmas decorations up now. They have the letters that they have in all the cities, like the Guadalajara ones. Some other cool plazas with like, ooh, another bird just landed next to that one. With these benches, but they're like art pieces, so they're kind of a blend between a bench and like a person. It's hard to explain, but anyways, it looks cool. I don't remember the names of all the parks and plazas, but kind of explored different areas, and there's different shopping areas, which we explored, like kind of started out in where all the main shopping or shops are, but kind of, again, in the center of town, probably more of the cheaper stuff you find. Super busy and crowded and traffic. And then explored the plazas more. There was this other really cool sculpture later. It's like this giant head with a tree growing out of it. And then there was a carousel next to this other church, but more or less exploring the center of town, which was cool to like see all that area. And then later on, we went to La Perla. So I didn't know, I'm trying to see if I can go down this way. Going to attempt another direction, we'll see. That gets on the other side of this little hill, so you can see Brujas some more. So later on we went to this area called La Perla. So I didn't know, but they call them plazas, but they're basically all these shopping areas, kind of what you would see in the States with like the new nice looking shopping areas with, they have dining and shops, but they're all really nice and new, at least looking. So we went there later, met up with his daughter again, went to this restaurant called Campo Mar, which is really good, known for seafood, and anyways, had a really nice dinner there. Another birthday celebration, some more dessert on the house, so lots of dessert. And that was Monday. And then Tuesday was chill. Honestly, explored like a lot of different shopping areas. Kind of like I'm explaining. They're nice, but it's like to walk around, again, nice stores and restaurants and stuff like that. There's tons of them all over the city. So we went to another one called Andares. Kind of just walked around there. Grabbed a bite. Had these really good chicharron, which again is, I guess, closest translation is pork belly, but it was really good. And then later met up with his daughter again, and then we went to this other shopping area called Midtown, walked around there a bit, grabbed a bite, and then ended up, they had a movie theater, like most of these places have movie theaters inside too. So ended up seeing Moana 2. There wasn't like much playing anymore at that time, but we're like, hey, why not? Like, it'll be good, you know? So we ended up seeing that movie, which was good. And then on Wednesday, went to this area called, what is it called? Barranca de Huentitán. Which is basically, it took us forever to get there, even though apparently it's not actually that far. But with the GPS was another thing. It's like there's a million roundabouts, which I think is really common in general in Mexico, which I think are such a pain in the ass and confusing, because it's always hard to tell like which exits you get off of, and there's just tons of cars trying to make your way over. But anyways, eventually we made it there. But basically it's this valley, more or less, and you can hike down to the bottom, and it's just like really nice views of mountains and the valley and everything like that. So we did that hike, and then, all right, I think I'm making my way. This is looking good. So we hiked there, and then after that, later on, we went out to some bars later. I'm trying to think. Basically, this guy, or the bartender from the Embers in Sayulita, had recommended some spots later to check out when we went to Guadalajara. So we checked out these bars. Oh, sorry, I'm like remembering things at random times. So one of the things is like a common food in Guadalajara is tortas ahogadas, which are basically the sandwiches that are soaked in, it's like has meat in it and it's kind of soaked in the sauce and stuff. So we we had some of those on the way back, if I remember correctly. I think it was that day. But anyways, those are good. Might have been another day, but anyways. Later on, went to check out these bars. So we went to this one called El Gallo Altanero, which was really cool. Again, kind of like you wouldn't know it's there if you didn't look it up or someone didn't tell you, because you don't see anything from the outside. It kind of looks like a restaurant and there's nothing there. And then it's kind of like there's even kind of a little chain like blocking off the entrance. And then there's a sign saying like to wait there if you're going to that bar, and then someone comes and greets you and takes you up to the bar, which was cool. It's like this little upstairs area, just cool vibes, good drinks. So we went there, and then afterwards we were trying to go to this other bar they recommended, or the one waiter recommended. It was closed, so we ended up at this other place called Grillo, which was also cool. Just had lots of different options for beer, cocktails as well. So ended up hanging out there. That was Wednesday. And then Thursday went to this other kind of lookout called El Parque Mirador de Independencia. I'm gonna show you guys the view from here too. So now I'm on the other side. So this is like heading down to Brujas. That's the restaurant right on the beach, so it has good views. You can see that guy just walked out of that store where I left my things. One of the only beach shops and board rental spots. And anyways, this is where everyone parks to go surf Brujas, which I'll show you from there. So yeah, I went to this park where you get lookouts as well. Kind of, apparently it's not the same area, but it looks similar to the other area, Barranca de Huentitán, as far as like view of the mountains, valleys. So checked out the views there, walked around a bit, hung out there. And then Guadalajara was definitely like way more chill of a visit than Sayulita. Sayulita is like going out every night. Anyways, so of course that gets exhausting. Guadalajara is more chill, I think, due to the fact that we had gone out like several nights in a row. Then it was like more chill mode. So anyways, we ended up going to a batting cage after that. Like he was in the mood to like try out a batting cage, and I was like, yeah, I'm down for whatever. So that was something I haven't done in forever. I don't even remember the last time I've been to a batting cage, but we did that. Had some more wings, so lots of wings on that trip, which I can't remember the last time I had wings even before that. And then afterwards we ended up going out again, if I'm remembering. Yeah, so there's basically, again, being in the chill mode, checked out the movies and ended up, there was another theater close by, so we went there and saw White Bird. Pretty sure that's the name, but it's a really good movie, highly recommend. We ended up seeing that, and that was really good. It's basically this movie about one of the stories that takes place during the Holocaust, based on a mixture of true events and some fiction. It was really good. So that was Wednesday, if I'm keeping things straight. Hopefully. It's really hard to keep track. Anyways, that was that day. And then I'm trying to think. I think I'm skipping something. Anyways, I might have just mixed up the days right there, but I'm gonna go to Friday. Might have just jumbled that up together, but anyways, yeah, I think so. Friday we went to Tequila, which is this other little pueblo mágico, about an hour away from Guadalajara. And I wasn't really sure like what to do in the area, and I had asked, and one of the friends that had visited before had mentioned going there because he had been there not too long ago. So anyways, we took a day trip to Tequila. So this is where they make all the tequila, and if you basically are making tequila anywhere else, you can't actually call it that because it has to truly come from that city or region or close by to be named Tequila. I'm gonna show you guys this view as well, because I don't think I can go up too much higher without being like straight up in the bushes. So I'm on the other side. This is actually Brujas now, so check out. Waves are super small. I don't know if you remember from past videos, but size has drastically dropped. All right, so I'm gonna head back the other way. Anyways, so we took a day trip there, which was awesome. I mean, definitely like the little smaller towns are always my favorite, I would say, over the big cities. So, of course, they're known for doing lots of tours of the distilleries, tequila distilleries and stuff like that. And anyways, had lunch there, walked around the town, tried this other meal that I don't remember the name of right now, but it was really good. I think it was pork, but like slow cooked and juicy, yum yum. I'll take you guys down this way so you can see the street side back to where I started, more or less. So yeah, walked around the town, saw the Jose Cuervo distillery just from the outside, kind of popped in there. And then they're also known there for they're called cantaritos, which they're these clay jars. Basically, they just serve the drinks in. Like, you can get a drink and they pour them in these clay jars or cups, and that's cantarito. And then all these tours they do, basically it includes, it's like a party bus, but they more or less create this vehicle that looks like a giant barrel and turn it into a party bus. It's made like originally out of a truck. So they take you around town. It's called in a barrel. And then you get to see a little bit of the town. They tell you the history of all the different distilleries, and that was really interesting to learn about. I don't remember the details anymore, but lots of cool facts and stuff. Lots of distilleries. They were saying even there's like one, the Kardashian, I think Kim Kardashian opened, and another one, I don't remember, it was like Michael Jordan or something. I don't know. A lot of people have invested in tequila over there. And then they take you to the spot where you can get photos with like different tequila signs, and there's swings and stuff like that. And then we went to this, one of the oldest distilleries there, and like bigger and well-known ones, Ordenayan, something like that, more or less. And then basically they show you the whole process of how they make tequila, and you get to try different tastings and things like that. Anyways, which for the most part are super strong, and they give you a pretty good pour. I'm not a huge fan of taking shots too often, so tried out some, but anyways, doesn't taste the best by itself when it's not in a margarita or something. But yeah, basically explored the town, did that tour, which is cool to see. Went back into the town later, hung out there for a bit, and then made our way back. Oh, there's this taco stand right outside the place we were staying that was always like super packed. So we're like, it's gotta be good. There's always people out there. Had tacos there later. It was actually really good, and they're famous for the taqui queso. Apparently that's why they're always busy. They're like the ones that started it, which more or less they kind of make a little taco out of like a cheese shell they do on the grill, and then they put it on tortillas. So anyways, we ate there and then had planned to go out, but also too tired and exhausted. So anyways, just chill the rest of the night. I think that's everything up until now. I can't remember if I skipped a day. So if I did, I'll fill you in next time. But more or less, that was a scoop up until Saturday. Saturday I headed back. And now it's Monday. And I have a friend visiting tomorrow. So from Ireland, one of my old couch surfing hosts from when I was over there in 2018. So again, always cool crossing paths again. Yeah, so that's pretty much the gist. Yeah, I'll leave you guys with that. It's been way too long again. And I'll catch you up some more on the next video. Bye.